Candice and Moraga, and welcome to another installment in our Diabolical Physics Labs. Today, I'm going to be completing a lab on projectile motion. So, we've got a couple parts for this lab actually. The first one involves this handy-dandy ramp which you see here. I've got a little runway utilizing some black construction paper so that I can see the tracks of the marble on there. Now, I'm going to be using this marble for this lab. I already measured the distance from this spot here. I marked an X for where I'm going to be dropping the marble every time, so it's consistent. And I marked the length with some little tape here on this string, which I had attached a little sinker to and marked where it hit on the floor so that I could measure that length and utilize that for my computations. And I made sure that I put it at this angle and sort of propped it up against here so that it has some stability, but I want to ensure that I had a clear path on the floor, so that was a little bit of a tricky setup. After I go ahead and do my calculations on that, I'm going to be predicting the distances. Looks like my computer is working away here. And then after that, I'm going to do a continuation of that experiment by propping the ramp up with these books to see the difference that the height will make, increasing the angle on the distance traveled, the range of the marble. Now, I'm going to be putting the marble in some water here and then rolling it around on the dry part of this paper towel after I coat it in some cornstarch here, and I'm going to drop it and let it roll. For the second portion of this lab, I'm going to be utilizing this little squeezer with one of these rockets, and I tested out. It's actually quite fun to do. I marked a spot here that I'm going to be launching it. It was difficult to find an area where I'd have enough room, but I'm going to be predicting the range and the distance utilizing my kinematic equations, and I'm going to go ahead and do some different angles after that, launching at different angles with my protractor so that I can do some computations based on that as well. Now, when I launch this rocket here, which is pretty fun, I'm not going to be launching it straight up though. I'm making sure that I have enough room. But I've got this little stopwatch, which I will go ahead and, when I launch the rocket, when I launch my little rockets, I'll be, there we go, clicking at the same time, and except when it lands, when I'm actually working on the experiment here, I will go ahead and click my little thing on stop when it hits the ground so that I can record the amount of time that it took to hit the ground, and then based on that and using my little tape measure to measure the distance, I will be able to calculate velocity, I can calculate range, I can calculate all sorts of wonderful things in projectile motion utilizing our kinematic equations. And I hope that you enjoyed my explanation here of the diabolical nature of the laboratory experiments that I will be performing. And please do come back and view my other videos in the future, which I'll be making for other experiments. Signing off. Peace.